Hey everyone, and welcome to the show. Today we're diving deep into the world of exes. You know, those people from our past who we shared some laughs, maybe a few tears, and a whole lot of memories with. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, does my ex secretly miss me? Spoiler alert, they just might. And the reasons? Oh, they're absolutely hilarious. In today's video, we're spilling the tea on the quirkiest, most unexpected ways you've probably left your ex reminiscing. Maybe it's your unbeatable pizza topping combos, pineapple and jalapeno anyone, or the fact that you knew exactly how to decode their cryptic text better than Google Translate. Or perhaps it's how you managed to sit through their 12-hour movie marathons, or even supported their totally not weird obsession with action figures. The truth is, these little quirks, as silly as they sound, leave a huge mark. So grab a comfy seat, because we're about to dive into the most laugh-out-loud reasons your ex might secretly be missing you. And trust me, you're gonna want to hear this. Okay, let's be honest, we all have our quirks. Those little things that make us who we are, even if they might seem a bit odd to someone else. Maybe you have a specific way of organizing your sock drawer, or perhaps you can't resist doing a little dance every time you successfully flip a pancake. Well, guess what? Your ex probably found those quirks totally endearing. Remember that time you accidentally wore mismatched shoes to the grocery store? You were mortified, but your ex probably thought it was the cutest thing ever. It's those little imperfections that make us real and relatable, and they often create the most hilarious and heartwarming memories. So instead of trying to hide those quirks, embrace them, because chances are those quirks are exactly what your ex misses most about you. Let's be real, not everyone is a master chef. In fact, some of the most hilarious memories come from those epic kitchen fails. Remember that time you tried to bake a cake for your ex's birthday and ended up setting the smoke alarm off? You were mortified, but your ex probably secretly found it hilarious. And you know what? The two of you probably ended up ordering pizza and laughing about it for weeks to come. Those shared moments of chaos and laughter are what make relationships so special. They're the stories you tell at parties, the memories that bring a smile to your face years later. And who could forget about those times when you accidentally mistook salt for sugar? Or when you tried to make a fancy dinner and ended up with something that resembled a science experiment gone wrong? Those culinary mishaps weren't just about the food, they were about the shared experience. They were about laughing at yourselves, figuring things out together, and maybe ordering takeout when all else failed. Your ex probably secretly misses those moments of pure, unscripted fun in the kitchen. Because let's be honest, who needs a perfectly cooked meal when you have a partner in crime who's always down to order pizza? So the next time you burn dinner or accidentally put salt in your coffee, don't sweat it. Embrace the chaos, laugh it off, and remember that those culinary catastrophes might just be what your ex misses most about you. After all, life is too short to take yourself too seriously, especially in the kitchen. Okay, let's talk about inside jokes. You know, those little moments, those phrases, those weird looks that only you and your ex understand. They're like tiny, invisible threads that connect you two, even when you're apart. Like, remember that time you went to that restaurant and the waiter dropped a whole tray of food? It was a complete disaster, but it turned into one of your favorite stories to tell. And you were like, well, that escalated quickly. It became an instant classic in your relationship. And then, for some reason, that became your thing. A phrase that could instantly make you both laugh, no matter where you were or what you were doing. Or maybe you had a code word for when you wanted to leave a party without actually saying, "Get me out of here." It was your secret escape plan, a way to communicate without anyone else catching on. It's like having your own secret language, right? A language that only the two of you could understand. And it's hilarious because no one else gets it. It's like you're in on a joke that the rest of the world is completely oblivious to. You could be in a crowded room, make eye contact, and just burst out laughing. It's a connection that transcends words. And you know what? Your ex totally misses that. They miss the simplicity and joy of those shared moments. They miss having that secret connection, that shared history of laughter. It's something that's hard to find and even harder to forget. It's like a little piece of your relationship that they still carry with them, a piece that's etched into their memory. So the next time you think about your ex, think about those inside jokes, They're a testament to the bond you once shared. Because even though you're not together anymore, those memories, those moments of pure joy, they're still there. They're a part of your story, and they're pretty darn funny. Sometimes just thinking about them can bring a smile to your face. You know what else is funny about inside jokes? They have a way of sticking around. They can be about absolutely anything, a random moment, a silly phrase, or even a quirky habit. Like you could be watching a movie, and a character says something totally random, and for whatever reason it just sticks. It becomes a part of your shared lexicon. Maybe it's a weird pronunciation of a word, or a funny line that makes absolutely no sense out of context. But to you two, it's pure gold. And then bam, it becomes your thing. A phrase that can instantly transport you back to that moment. You start quoting it all the time, and pretty soon, you're speaking your own language. A language that's rich with meaning and memories. And the best part is, you don't even have to try. These inside jokes, they just happen organically. They're a natural extension of your connection. These inside jokes, they just happen organically. It's like the universe is giving you these little gifts of laughter. It's like the universe is conspiring to make you laugh. And those moments are priceless. And you know what? Your ex misses that. They miss those moments of spontaneous laughter. Those times when you could just be yourselves and completely lose it over something totally ridiculous. They miss those moments of spontaneous laughter. Those times when you could just be yourselves and completely lose it over something totally ridiculous. It's a rare and beautiful thing. But here's the thing about inside jokes. They're not just about laughter. They're about connection. They're about understanding each other on a deeper level. They're about sharing something special with someone you care about. It's a way of saying, I get you. And even though you're not with your ex anymore, those inside jokes are a reminder of the good times, the fun times, the times when you were both happy. They're a part of your shared history. So if you find yourself thinking about your ex, don't be afraid to smile. Remember those inside jokes. Remember the laughter. They're a part of who you are. Because even though things didn't work out, you shared something special, something that's worth cherishing, and that's something worth remembering. And hey, who knows? Maybe those memories will help you find joy in the present. Maybe one day you'll be telling those inside jokes to someone new and creating a whole new set of memories. Because love in all its forms is a beautiful thing. Okay, let's be honest. Everyone has their own unique dance style. It's like a fingerprint. No two are exactly the same. Some people are like graceful gazelles gliding across the dance floor. Their movements are fluid, almost like they're floating on air. And then there are those of us who are more like, well, enthusiastic lawn ornaments. We might not have the smoothest moves, but we sure have the most heart. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because dancing isn't about perfection. When you're dancing with someone you care about, all that matters is that you're having fun. The joy you share in those moments is what truly counts. And let me tell you, your ex misses those fun, carefree moments. Those times when you both just let go and enjoyed the rhythm of the music. They miss seeing you let loose and shake your groove thing, even if your groove thing is more of a wobbly noodle situation. It's those quirky moves that made you unique. Because here's the thing, dancing is about expressing yourself, letting go of your inhibitions, and just being in the moment. It's a form of self-expression that transcends words. It's about embracing the awkward, the silly, the downright ridiculous. Those moments when you just let your body move to the beat, no matter how goofy it looks. And trust me, there's nothing more endearing than someone who's not afraid to let their freak flag fly on the dance floor. It's a sign of confidence and self-acceptance. Think about it. Some of the best memories are made when you're not taking yourself too seriously. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable and just have fun. Those moments when you're laughing so hard you can barely breathe. When the joy is so overwhelming that it takes over your entire being. Those times when you're just letting loose and being yourself, without any pretenses or worries about what others might think. Those are the moments that stay with you. They become cherished memories that you look back on with a smile. And you know what? Those awkward dance moves, they're a part of what makes you, you. They add to your charm and individuality. They're unique, they're hilarious, and they're a reminder that life is too short to be anything but yourself. Embrace your quirks and let them shine. So, the next time you're feeling down, crank up the music and let loose. Dance like nobody's watching. Let the music lift your spirits and bring a smile to your face. Because you know what? Your ex is probably thinking about those dance moves right now and smiling. They remember the joy and the laughter you shared. And you know what else? Dancing is good for the soul. It's a way to connect with yourself and others on a deeper level. It's a mood booster, a stress reliever, and a great way to get your heart rate up. It's like a mini workout that doesn't feel like exercise. Plus, it's just plain fun. There's something magical about moving to the rhythm of the music and letting it take you away. So put on your favorite playlist, find some open space, or just push aside the coffee table and let loose. Create your own dance floor wherever you are. Embrace your inner dancing queen or king. Let your body move to the beat and feel the music in your soul. Do the robot, the sprinkler, the worm, whatever your heart desires. There are no rules when it comes to dancing, because life is too short to be anything but your awesome dancing self. And who knows? Maybe your ex will see you out on that dance floor, remember those fun times, and realize what they're missing. They might just see the joy and confidence that dancing brings out in you. But even if they don't, you'll be having so much fun, it won't even matter. Because dancing is about you and your happiness. Because you're a dancing machine and you're unstoppable. Let the music guide you and let your spirit soar. So go ahead, dance like nobody's watching, and make every moment count. Life is a dance, and you're the star of the show. Remember those fun times and realize what they're missing. Let the memories fuel your passion for dancing. But even if they don't, you'll be having so much fun, it won't even matter. Because you're living in the moment and embracing the joy of dance. Because you're a dancing machine and you're unstoppable. Keep dancing, keep smiling, and keep being your amazing self. Okay, let's talk about the glory days of binge watching with your ex. Remember those weekends when you'd order takeout, put on your comfiest pajamas, and just disappear into a world of fictional characters and dramatic plot twists? Those were the days, right? Back when your biggest worry was who was going to get the last slice of pizza, not who was going to text back first. And you know what? Your ex misses that. They miss those lazy Sundays spent getting lost in a good story, those late-night conversations about character motivations and plot holes, those moments when you were both so invested in a show that you'd forget to even look at your phones. Because here's the thing about binge watching with someone, it's a bonding experience. It's about sharing a common interest, getting lost in a fictional world together, and creating memories that will last a lifetime. Remember those times when you'd pause the show just to discuss a shocking plot twist? Or when you'd both gasp in unison at a particularly dramatic scene? Those were the moments that made binge watching so special. And you know what? Your ex misses those moments. They miss the shared excitement, the anticipation, the emotional roller coaster that comes with watching a good show with someone you care about. But it wasn't just about the shows themselves, was it? It was about the routine. It was about knowing that every Friday night you'd order your favorite pizza, put on your comfiest pajamas, and settle in for a night of uninterrupted binge watching. It was about having something to look forward to, something to bond over, something that made you both feel happy and relaxed. And you know what? Your ex misses that routine. They miss the comfort, the familiarity, the sense of belonging that came with sharing those moments with you. So, the next time you find yourself reaching for the remote, think about those binge watching days, because they were pretty great, weren't they? You know what they say, not all who wander are lost. But let's be honest, sometimes you and your ex were really lost. Like really lost. Remember that road trip where you swore you knew a shortcut? The one that was supposed to save time but ended up being a wild goose chase? Yeah, the one that added 3 hours and landed you in the middle of nowhere with a flat tire and a distinct lack of cell service? Classic. I bet your ex secretly misses those moments. The chaos, the unpredictability, the sheer absurdity of it all. Not the flat tire part, obviously, but the shared adventure of it all. The way you both had to think on your feet and make the best of a bad situation. The way you both burst into laughter when you realized you were hopelessly lost, and how that laughter turned a stressful moment into a cherished memory. The ridiculous roadside picnic you had while waiting for the tow truck, turning a mishap into a mini adventure. The impromptu game of I Spy with only cows and hay bales to choose from. It was silly, but it was fun. Those were the moments that made your relationship special. The ones where you could laugh at yourselves, embrace the unexpected, and find joy in the journey, even when it took a detour straight into the twilight zone. Those moments were the glue that held you together. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to take a trip down memory lane. A lane filled with laughter, love, and a few wrong turns. Speaking of road trips, let's talk about snacks. Because no road trip is complete without a stash of your favorite munchies. Because let's be real, is it even a road trip if you don't come back with a suitcase full of empty chip bags and candy wrappers? And a suspicious stain on your shirt that you're pretty sure is barbecue sauce? Ah, the memories. You and your ex probably had your own snack rituals. Maybe it was a specific brand of chips or a favorite candy that you always had to have. Maybe you were a salty and sweet duo battling it out over the last pretzel and gummy bear. Those little snack wars were part of the fun. Or perhaps you were more of a healthy-ish pair, trying to convince yourselves that carrot sticks and hummus counted as road trip indulgence. Either way, those snack breaks were more than just fuel stops. They were moments to pause, relax, and enjoy each other's company. They were mini celebrations of your relationship, a chance to bond over your shared love of all things delicious, or at least vaguely edible. And let's be honest, there's something incredibly intimate about sharing a bag of chips with someone, even if you have to fight them for the last one. Those snack breaks were like little pit stops of joy, moments where you could just be together and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. And then there's the karaoke. Oh, the karaoke. Because nothing says romance like belting out off-key duets of your favorite 80s power ballads at the top of your lungs, am I right? Remember that time you convinced your ex to sing Bohemian Rhapsody with you, even though they swore they didn't know the words? Or the epic air guitar solo that ended with someone accidentally elbowing the other one in the face? Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Those moments, as embarrassing as they may have seemed at the time, are probably some of the fondest memories your ex has, because they were real. They were you being your goofy, uninhibited selves and not caring who was watching or judging, let's be honest. And that's what made your relationship special. The ability to let loose, be silly, and make each other laugh until your sides hurt. So crank up the radio, find your inner rock star, and let's take a trip down memory lane that's guaranteed to make you smile. Because at the end of the day, it's those shared moments of joy, laughter, and even a little bit of chaos that make life worth living. So here's to the road trips, the snacks, the karaoke, and all the little moments in between. They may be in the past, but they'll always be a part of you. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll find yourself on another road trip, creating new memories and new stories to tell. Because the road ahead is always full of possibilities, and the best adventures are the ones you haven't taken yet. So keep wandering, keep exploring, and keep making memories. After all, not all who wander are lost, and sometimes getting a little lost is the best way to find yourself. So here's to the journey, the detours, and the memories that make it all worthwhile. The ability to let loose, be silly, and make each other laugh until your sides hurt. So crank up the radio, find your inner rock star, and let's take a trip down memory lane that's guaranteed to make you smile. Because at the end of the day, it's those shared moments of joy, laughter, and even a little bit of chaos that make life worth living. So here's to the road trips, the snacks, the karaoke, and all the little moments in between. They may be in the past, but they'll always be a part of you. Let's be honest, folks, pets make everything better. They're fluffy, they're funny, and they have an uncanny ability to turn even the most mundane moments into hilarious adventures. And if you and your ex were lucky enough to share a pet, well, let's just say those furry friends probably witnessed some truly epic relationship moments. Remember that time your dog ate an entire birthday cake? Or when your cat decided to use the curtains as a scratching post? I bet your ex secretly misses those moments. Not the cleaning up part, obviously, but the shared laughter, the teamwork, the way you both turned into big softies whenever those furry eyes looked up at you. Sharing a pet is like a crash course in co-parenting, but with less pressure and more fur. You had to negotiate feeding schedules, coordinate walks, and decide who got to clean up the occasional accident. Spoiler alert, it was probably you. And let's not forget the epic battles over who got to cuddle with the furry one on the couch. Those were high-stakes negotiations, my friends, involving strategic blanket placement, tempting treats, and maybe even a little bit of playful bribery. But through it all, you learned to compromise, to communicate, and to put the needs of another being, even a furry, four-legged one, before your own. And those are valuable lessons, folks, even if you learned them while covered in dog hair and smelling vaguely of wet food. Pets have a way of worming their way into our hearts, don't they? They become family. And sharing that special bond with someone, even if the relationship doesn't last forever, is a gift. So if you're feeling nostalgic for your ex, think about those furry friends you shared. Remember the laughter, the love, and the unconditional affection that only a pet can provide. And who knows? Maybe one day, when you're both ready, you can reminisce about those positively precious memories together. Just maybe leave the poop scooping stories out of it. Well, folks, it looks like our trip down memory lane has come to an end. But before we say goodbye, let's take a moment to appreciate all those hilarious, heartwarming, and sometimes head-scratching moments that make exes, well, exes. From your epic dance-offs to your questionable cooking skills, from those unforgettable road trips to the furry friends who stole your hearts, and maybe a sock or two, it's clear that even though relationships might end, the memories have a way of sticking around. And that's not a bad thing, because those memories remind us of who we are, who we've been, and most importantly, how to laugh at ourselves along the way. So if you enjoyed this little stroll down memory lane, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. And be sure to share your own hilarious ex stories in the comments below, because let's be honest, we've all got them. Until next time, keep on laughing, keep on dancing, and keep on cherishing those memories, no matter how embarrassing they may be. See you soon.